Thank you, Aqueduct, for sponsoring this video. This storm just rolled in, and I already know what's coming. Leaves, debris, cloudy water, chemistry thrown completely off. If you've got a pool, you know how bad things can get after something like this. In this video, I'll show you exactly how I get my pool clear again, step by step. You're watching Clearwater Chronicles, and today we're tackling pool cleanup the right way, right after the storm. First thing you're going to do is get out all the big stuff, leaves, branches, anything floating or stuck in the skimmer. Then you're going to check both of your baskets, the skimmer and the pump basket. You don't want this stuff choking your filter system when you're trying to clean it out. If the storm dumped a lot of rain, then your pool's probably overfilled. Drain it back down to the normal level, usually about halfway up the skimmer opening. That'll keep your skimmer and the circulation working the way it should. Now test everything. Rain messes with pool chemistry. It usually dilutes chlorine. It can throw off your pH and alkalinity. You want to make sure that you at least test chlorine, pH, and stabilizer, as well as alkalinity. I just use one of these digital testers. They're super easy to use. This one's called the Eagle Ray by Aqueduct, and it just gives you a digital readout of all your levels. Super simple to do. I just find it way easier than chemical tests. Now, in testing my pool, I found exactly what I figured I would find, which is that the alkalinity is way low and it needs to be raised. And this is what I used to do it. This alkalinity booster by Aqueduct is just real simple to use. You just pour it directly into the pool. It's a powder that dissolves really, really quickly. This is simple. It has a little chart on the back that tells you how much to put in to raise your alkalinity a certain amount, and just put it in and then retest after a while. This is a 5-pound bag. My alkalinity needs to be raised by more than what this bag is, so I'm probably going to just put this whole bag in there, retest in a couple hours. But the way you want to measure this is 1 3/4 measuring cups, like you would use in your kitchen, is 1 pound of this product. I've got it's close to a 20,000 gallon pool. My alkalinity needs to be raised by probably at least 40 parts per million. So it's very likely that I'm going to use probably between 2 and 3 bags of this product. Now, you do want to make sure that you brush your pool and that your circulation is running, but one of the nice things about this product is that you can just put it directly into the pool, and once it dissolves, you're good to swim again. Now, not in this case, because we've just had a storm and I need to shock it and do all kinds of other things, but normally, if you're raising your alkalinity with this, you can pour it right into the pool. Once it dissolves, you're good to go again. Now, when you test your water, even if your chlorine reads at what you would consider a normal level, you'll still want to shock your water after a storm, because rain has washed in bacteria and organics and possibly even some algae. So that shock level will help to kill off all that extra bacteria that might be in, that might overwork your normal chlorine levels. I already have hard water issues that I have to manage on a pretty regular basis, so I don't like to add extra calcium to the water. So for this, I use liquid chlorine. And just make sure that you run your pump while you're doing this, and also brush the pool afterwards to help it circulate. Go ahead and let your pump run for 24 hours. If you've got a sand filter, backwash it. If you've got a cartridge filter, go ahead and give it a rinse. Don't let all that junk stay trapped. And anytime we have a storm, it brings in a lot of extra sediment. I like to give my filters a deep clean, so I use this product by Aqueduct called Filter Clean. Now, even if you don't have cartridge filters, this will work with DE and sand filters as well. I'll do another video later and show you how to use this and clean your filters properly, but for now, just know that anytime you have a storm, it's a good idea to give those filters a deeper clean than normal. Now, if it's still cloudy after all that, a clarifier can really help your filter to catch all those fine particles. And if it's really cloudy, like milky looking, you may actually have to use a flocculant, but that's more work since you're going to have to vacuum everything to waste. I actually got super lucky this time and didn't even need the clarifier, but in many cases I would use that at this point. When I do use clarifier, I use Aqueduct's clarifier, and it generally clears things up overnight. And you also need to vacuum up any debris that is left over in the bottom of the pool. Whether you use a manual vac, a pressure side cleaner, or a robotic vacuum to get up the leftover debris that's in the bottom of your pool really doesn't matter. Although I will say we moved to robotic vacuums years ago, and they're just much simpler to use and do a very thorough job. So that's what we use. But if you have a pressure side cleaner, that works as well. And even if you have to manually vacuum it, you're just going to want to get all the debris out of the bottom of the pool. Break out that Eagle Ray and test again the next day just to make sure that your water chemistry is holding. If your chlorine level has dropped or if your pH has shifted, you'll want to readjust things before you get back into the water. And this is why I'm such a big fan of the Eagle Ray digital water tester. It takes all the guesswork out of pool chemistry, especially if you're a new pool owner. This will tell you how much to add, what to add. And in my case here, you can see it's confirming that I don't need to add anything. So that's it. That's my full cleanup process after a normal rainstorm. I'll probably create another video later to show you what to do if your pool actually becomes like a straight up pond where the water is just completely muddy. For just a normal rain event, this is what I do. Nothing fancy, just effective steps to get your pool back to swimmable without wasting time or chemicals. If this helped you, give it a like or leave a comment with any questions. I try to answer them all if I can. And if you want more no-nonsense pool tips like this, hit subscribe. Also, the links to the products that I use to do my pool cleanups are listed down below. Those are affiliate links and they do help the channel at no extra cost to you. I really appreciate it when you use those. Thanks for watching Clearwater Chronicles, and I'll see you in the next one.